Hey, Mark the Guitar Guy here, casually sitting on this couch with a few questions that need to be answered. So today's question we're going to be answering is, how should I structure my practice sessions? So for those of you out there that are really looking forward to getting into guitar and wanting to progress quite quickly, it's a good idea to break up your practice session. So now there's millions of ways we can do this, okay? So the way I like to think of it, it's in three parts. So it doesn't really matter how long you have to practice, but let's say every day you have only 15 minutes to practice, okay? So, and 15 minutes, by the way, is a lot, especially if you do it every day, it's a lot. So 15 minutes, how would I break that down? So break it into three 5-minute sections. So the most important part is actually the last part, which is the last 5 minutes or the last part of your practice. That should be fun, really fun. It should be the most fun, where you're actually playing a song you love, or you're just enjoying the sound of the guitar, or if you're soloing, you might just want to solo and over the top of something, for example. It could be anything, it doesn't really matter, as long as you're having fun. You don't think about technique, you don't think about things you've learned, you don't try and be particularly tricky and master some new thing, you just enjoy for the sake of enjoying. Now, why am I going on about this bit first? Because the last thing you're going to remember when you put the guitar down is how you felt when you played the guitar. And if the last thing you felt was joy, was excitement, was love for the instrument, then you're going to look forward to going back to that instrument, okay? You can see now my point? I know, genius. So the very first thing you need to do is, or what I'd like to do anyway, is to break it up with the first section being on technique. So I like to warm up the fingers, so I might do like a spider finger technique, or where I'm just doing these 1, 2, 3, 4s with my fingers, and I might just do that for a small amount of time. Now this part I wouldn't use a lot of my time unless you're really looking at getting particularly good at a particular technique. For example, you might have just learned how to do finger style. So if that's the case, get right into that section of your practice and do a third of your lesson, or your time should be spent on getting that finger style really good. And that's all you do. You just pick one or maybe two things that you're going to work on, and you get really good at those things. Obviously time depending. If you've got more time, you can throw more things in there. And then 5 minutes is actually a really good amount of time to work on something. So if you had longer, let's say you had 10 minutes to work on just your technique, so you might have half an hour to practice, for example. Break it into 2 different techniques over that time. That's a good way to do it. And even use a little timer just to let you know, bing, it's enough of that, and then you can go, oh, okay, move on. And then you forget about it. You forget about the technique and move on to the next thing. So the middle part of your lesson, the middle part of your session, I recommend doing what it is you're wanting to get into at that time a lot more. So we did the technique stuff initially, which is the mechanical part of playing guitar, how we play the guitar. And the middle part is, let's say you were learning a new song. Well, that's what you'd do. You'd learn the new song. You'd learn the next section to that song. Maybe another bar of music for that song. Or maybe you're learning a guitar solo and it's some Red Hot Chili Pepper song or something, and you just want to nail the next bar that you're in it. You know the first bit, the second part's a bit, that is entirely what you would do. And once again, set a timer or something to let you know, okay, it's time to stop doing that now. Even though you might be on a roll, sometimes it's good just to finish and then go to the next bit, which is having fun, because you don't want to miss out on that. Okay, so that's how I would structure it. First thing is just do some technical stuff, warm up your fingers, maybe do some stuff to improve on your technique. Second part is just getting into the nuts and bolts of it, whatever it is that you're learning, get into that and actually learn something new. Okay, it might even just be a bit of advice that you want to learn, or a new aspect, a new way of thinking about the guitar. Oh, I've just figured out how to play this scale shape over another song, for example, and then that's what you would learn. So, and the last part is the most important part, having fun. So that's really important. So I hope you've had fun listening to this lesson. Now, if you'd like a one-on-one session with me, I am really open. In Thailand at the moment, I'm really open to a lot of new students, because I learn so much from you guys. Don't be afraid. I know I'm on YouTube and all that sort of stuff, and you may have been following me and a bit intimidated. I get it. I understand. I will put you at ease. We'll have a great time. All you need to do is go to Facebook, so Mark the Guitar Guy on Facebook. All the information is below. Click the book now button and we'll get in touch and we'll sort out a time so we can actually do some stuff. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. I've done some crazy lessons all different parts of the world just using Skype. the coolest people. So we can find a time that works with you, and I'd love to do that. Also, you can go and support me on Patreon. You can, if you want to just throw some money at me to help me out, which actually has been quite helpful. People have been doing that lately. You can go to my PayPal and you can help me out that way. It's all down below, guys. Love to hear from you, and I hope these lessons are helping you with your practice session. I will look forward to seeing you again soon.